Testing, 1, 2, 3. Happy full moon, everybody. I hope everything's going well for you. I hope the energy is being gentle, but whether it is or if it's not, you should always be gentle with yourself, which, of course, is the theme of every full moon, being gentle with yourself, taking some time to pause and ponder and pamper. That sounds like a sticker. What do you think? Pause, ponder, and pamper for the full moon. I don't know if you knew this or not, but you can totally, if you're into crystals, there's some compelling science about crystals and all the woo-woo stuff being pretty legitimate, actually, with them. I don't know it off the top of my head, but I've read some books and I found it very interesting. Because if, as woo-woo as I come off, I really am, I like the science, and I need the science for the most part. And if we don't have science for it, then I'm okay with filling in the blanks with the magic. But if we do have science for it, I love it. It helps me more readily fill the spaces with the magic. It makes everything easier to work with, because the more you learn and know, the more you realize that we actually don't really know anything about the world and the universe and how things work, but we do know some things about how the world works. And some things with crystals that we know is that they really do hold information. And so this past Tuesday, we talked about goals and how to set them. And this coming Tuesday, here in a couple of days, we're going to talk about rituals. And I've actually already recorded the episode. But I thought the full moon was a great opportunity to expand on that even more and talk about because I talk over there about how rituals are really good tools for creating habits and programming your mind, your subconscious, into getting and achieving your goals, abundance, easier, faster, all of that. And a ritual is just something that you do. And, people get all twisted and they get things twisted. And we talk about magic, and we talk about witchcraft and witchy spells and stuff. And people really take that in the wrong way. And they don't mean to. They don't know any better. They're jumping to conclusions with things based on media and movies and how we've been taught things work from there. And yes, but also not exactly. The magic is not in the spell, per se. The magic is in you, and the fact that through this ritual, through this spell, you're focusing your mind and your intentions, and therefore doing the work to train your mind and break down all of those false beliefs and work on those. And hopefully, anyway, you're looking at that and what may be holding you back from getting what you want. And then, there's some stuff in crystals that we don't quite understand, but they do hold energy and information, apparently, which is so freaking cool. So for the full moon, if you're interested in things like this, you can take your crystals out into the full moon, and first you want to cleanse them first. And you can do this a load of different ways, and it can be as simple or as complicated as you want. You can bury them in good dirt, not bad dirt, really good dirt. You can bury them for a little bit and let them clear and cleanse that way. Some of them you can run under some water or let sit in a bowl of salt water. Not all of them do well with water, so just know which ones do and which ones don't and which ones you have, because water will destroy and deteriorate some crystals. Sunlight is another way of cleansing, but will also deteriorate and destroy some crystals. So for one, know what crystals you have and how to work with them specifically. And also, of course, each crystal has properties that enhance certain characteristics and traits and whatnot better than others. So some crystals are going to be better for focus and creativity or decision making or relationships or self-love, money, the list goes on forever. Some are simply enhancers and amplifiers. So anyway, step 1, you want to cleanse your crystals, make sure they're a blank slate. I'm lazy and I don't have a whole lot of time to work with because I'm a mom and a entrepreneur and got a lot of stuff moving gears and whatnot. So I just like to take mine and use Reiki, which more or less is just using your mind and the intention and meditation, visualization, and just intending for clearing the crystal. And I like to blow on them too, in the little like blow away any information that is there. Therefore, we can start with a clean slate to program our crystals into new information. So once they're clean and clear, you can charge them. You can charge them first. You want to charge them first. And well, tonight we want to charge them in the full moon, right? So just lay them outside and let them soak up all that full moon energy, and then tomorrow make sure you bring them in the morning, especially the ones that don't do well in the sun. You don't have to get up at like sunbreak or nothing. They'll be just fine for an hour or so. But you do want to grab them the sooner the better. And you also don't have to leave them out all night long. You know, it gets dark at like 5 o'clock, so you can go ahead and stick them out then and then bring them in right before bed. That'll be just fine. And from there, you can program them with your desires and your intentions and your goals and whatever you're trying to manifest in the new year. You know, you can make a whole thing out of it. It can be as elaborate or as mild as you want. Again, I'm pretty lazy with things, so... Oh, you can also put them in the windowsill. It doesn't have to be straight, full-blown moon. And programming them, you can simply hold them and think about the intentions that you want them to amplify, or you can tell them aloud what kind of goals you have and how you want them to amplify them, or you can be super extra and write a whole journal page per crystal if you want. Give the crystal a job and then place it somewhere where you're going to see it often, or it makes sense to place it there for that specific goal that it's in charge of. Play with it. Make it your own. You are the magic. Have fun with it. I have an old blog post that goes into a lot more depth. I will link it below in the show notes, and then if you're in the Patreon, I'll just go ahead and put that in there as a whole post. There's also, I made us a calendar, a full moon, new moon, Mercury retrograde 2025 calendar. It's got all of the zodiac new moons in there, their dates, the full moons, yada yada. It's completely editable in Canva. So if you're not familiar with Canva, it's super fun. You can get a free account, which some things won't work on it, of course, but it's a web app. So you just need internet and ta-da, there you go. You can upload it into Canva and you can move things around and edit things and make notes in your calendar. It's super fun. And it's how I do all of my stuff. So I basically made myself a calendar for 2025 and then made a copy of it for you guys, if that's what you want. Paid Patreon members get all these things that I make for free, which being a member is only like $5 a month or something. Depends on if you're an Apple user or an Android user. I didn't make the rules. That's Apple's doings, so you have to take it up with them. I'm so sorry if that's you. But if you're not a Patreon member, you can still get it. It's like $10, but not for Apple users. I'm sorry, I don't make the rules. The Apple store did it, not me. They tack on they gotta get theirs, so they tack on extra to everything on Patreon for some reason. You know what? I'll add it to the website shop also, earthandwater.co. That's kind of home base. The shop over there will not have extra tacked on Apple charges, so that'll work. That'll help you out. Anyway, happy full moon. I hope you have a great day, great night, all of that. Enjoy yourself. If you need anything, let me know.